Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Are you alright? I've just woken up after an epic mammoth sleep. An epic mammoth is a mammoth who's had a very long story. Ooh, right, okay, not allowed to pause for any thoughts or sort of pondering mysteriously, mystically over the lake. Can you see the lake? Can you see it? Is it there? I'm glad it's still there. Which reminds me of an idea I had about the rising water levels. Why don't independent individual countries just start digging little canals and building riverside property all down the sides of them? You know, or, I mean, it's an idea. Maybe we could have a competition for who can dig the deepest hole and then run a channel to it. Little things like that. There must be places where that used to be lakes we could sort of like fill in like that. Otherwise, if we don't deal with that problem in a hurry, places are going to start flooding and then it's going to create refugees, and everybody knows nobody wants refugees. No, we don't want any refugees. We can't afford them. Do you know why we can't afford them? Because of, let's just say, they've managed to make everything cost money apart from nature itself. Human resources. This is a phrase I want to talk about today. Human resources. Can you think of anything more dehumanizing and sadistic than the phrase human resources? We're not people, we're human resources. Yes, look at us on this graph and chart. Have you noticed how many of them are complaining? What a terrible thing when the human resources get organised and start making demands that we simply can't afford. You know why you can't afford a lot of the things that you're doing? It's because you're having to turn all your profits into tax avoiding sort of mechanisms that make all your companies seem like they're not making any profits. You know, because if you're making too much money, then people go, well, hold on a minute, you're not paying us very much for all this and you seem to be benefiting from quite a lot of things. And listen, I think you're ethical. I think, let's just say, I'm just going to talk about Western corporations because I can't talk about any others apart from Nintendo. I think they're great, but apparently there's sexism there. Don't understand that one. Anyway, I don't know why I brought them up. Yes, I do. I want to go to Japan and I want to meet Nintendo. I go, hello Nintendo, whoever that is. I want to go there and I want to work with that in virtual reality. I'd like to do that. Can't afford to get there. Wouldn't be able to get in through the door anyway. I'm just a human resource. I'm going to go this way. Yes, I was going to say that Western corporations are actually ethical. I mean, up to a certain point, they're not, though. So I'm bringing attention to that through this made-up monologue, which is what these are. Made-up monologues, yes. Can you ever see Disney doing a Happy Meal tie-in with McDonald's? No, not McDonald's. We can see that. That we know and understand. That's why we get the impression you're unethical. Alright? Things like that. Well, let's sell questionably nutritious cardboard tasting food to children because we've got a new movie coming out. It's a marketplace. It's like it's a market slaughterhouse, a little bit like when turtles are born and sorry, I've just woken up. Like when turtles are born. About 90% of them get eaten by birds before they even make it to the water. This is kind of what we've got going on in nature anyway, and you can't blame corporations for this. I also don't like this word nature being used. What is anything that exists is natural. You're saying nothing by saying something's natural. When you say natural, I think what you mean is something that's not man-made. We seem to have a negative kind of internalized mechanism for rejecting the man-made. Oh, it's man-made. Oh, it's synthetic. Oh, it's this. And then we go, oh, it's natural. This is natural. It's natural. Natural means dick. I mean, you know, plutonium's natural. Cancer is natural. It means nothing. It's you know, it's like culture and society. What's the bloody difference? Right, where was I going? Oh yes, I had an analogy that I messed up by mentioning McDonald's. Yes, consider this. Consider Disney releases a film and they release a special children's pack of Marlboro cigarettes along line with it. Special limited edition Marlboro cigarettes. Give them to your children. They're lightweights. Lightweights for light lungs. Doesn't happen, does it? I mean, but that's because we have laws about health and safety getting there. But as time goes on, we're starting to realise that more and more of the laws that have been brought in to control corporate ethics, more and more of these things are getting a little bit passed over, you know. We want our corporation in your country to pay wages and stuff, and well, and you're going to hit us with a health and safety law, are you? Oh, that's interesting. This is the kind of conversations that are going on. So of course people get convinced by conspiracy theories and they start thinking everything's sinister above their heads. See, we know you're above our heads, whoever you are. You have the influence. What kind of human resources are you expecting? You know, you're giving us the language of democracy and individuality, whilst at the same time expecting us to not be individual about it. There are like, I know this like this election that's going on at the moment. There are two elections that are happening right now in our culture that are really relevant to what I'm saying. Donald Trump and the European Union. See, the problem is no matter who wins, it doesn't matter who wins the elections, whether it's in or out of the EU, or whether it's Trump or Clinton, it doesn't matter, because whoever loses is going to see a rigged game. They're going to see the oncoming of the almighty crash and smash, and any bad news is going to convince that for them. This election will not be the selection, this election, an election, really. It's never going to be the deciding full stop on whether or not we have a functioning environmental political situation. It's not going to, it's going to be proof to some of the opposite of what other people believe. We've got a right old mess going on, people. And the thing I really want to talk about, let's check my time on this one. The thing I really want to talk about, I'm going to talk about in the next video, because I think I'm going to need a little bit longer than I've got left. And like I say, an epic mammoth of a sleep I've had, and did a little bit of dancing to Primal Scream, actually. Good name for a band. Together as one. The world is secular and circular, and the only one we've got. Climate change is happening, whether it's happening or not.